Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video I'd like to talk to you about the two types of truck dispatchers that are out there that many of you have had the opportunity, the fortune, and often the misfortune of having to work with. Now before I do, I want to remind you guys, this is a weekly segment where every Friday we release a video with a single topic that would benefit you in your trucking business, in your trucking career, as well as cover the loads that we've booked for our customers consisting of leased on owner operators, as well as carriers operating under their own MC authority, running under our truck dispatch services. Before I jump in, I want to ask you guys for a favor. Please hit the like button. That really helps us get this video out there in front of more truckers and benefit the community. It doesn't take much effort, but it does make a big difference. Please share this video on your social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, what have you. Please hit the subscription box and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these releases that come out every single Friday on the dot. So appreciate you guys for doing that. Let's get in here. What makes a good dispatcher? To me, I think it would be experience and knowledge. You want to have guys who've been booking a lot of freight, who know what they're talking about, who are experienced, who are knowledgeable. Like our dispatchers, right? They book a ton of freight for our owner ops. They book a lot of freight for our carriers. You guys remember that? You guys remember the Matrix? That green screen with all the code on there? That's what I think of our dispatchers. After you've been doing this for many years over and over again, you don't pay attention to the garbage loads that are out there. Let the other guys call on those loads. We focus in and we're very determined to find the best stuff. So we focus in and we see the really good stuff that jumps at us, and that's the ones that we're calling. So experience and knowledge is extremely important. Also important is tenacity. You gotta have determination. You gotta have stick-to-itiveness. I really love that word, even though it's probably not in the dictionary. But you got to put in a lot of effort if you want to be the very best in this industry. And that's how we get the rates that we're going to talk about in the second portion of this video. You got to have negotiation skills. You have to have somebody who knows how to negotiate rates, how to talk to brokers, how to hold your ground, not be a floor mat. If a broker says that's all I got in it, well, guess what? That's not good enough for me because I know you got more money. And if you don't, you better call that customer and better get that money if you want my guys to be taking your loads. So negotiation skills is definitely on top of my list. Data and technology. As you know, brokers use a lot of data and a ton of technology to make sure that they can, get the lowest possible rate. Well, we get a lot of data. We use a lot of data. We have a lot of data sheets. We use a lot of technology in order to get the best possible rates for our customers. And it's very important to be able to track data and to be able to use that against the brokers and against shippers, 3PLs, freight forwarders, and what have you, and get the best possible rates that the market will support. Finally, you got to have a dispatcher with lots and lots of patience and a sense of timing. You got to have a sense of timing. You got to know when to stop pushing, when enough is enough, when you got to know when the market's heating up and cooling down, where that's happening, and you got to have a ton of patience because you will get frustrated and you just cannot show it. You just, always got to be cool as a cucumber, guys. And that's what our guys, that's what we teach them. That's what they know. And they're absolutely fantastic at what they do every single day for all of our customers. So the results of the coronavirus actually led to us benefiting from it. I know it's been tough. I know there were, horrible rates. A lot of companies went out of business, but that actually drove our business because while other dispatchers were closing down, they weren't picking up phone calls. Truck drivers were, sitting parked at truck stops for 1, 2, and even 3 weeks in certain cases. A lot of them packed their stuff and deadheaded home. A lot of them closed down their doors. Our guys, we kept booking freight. We kept getting more customers because a lot of these guys were, Googling truck dispatch services, and we were among the top on Google. They'd give us a call, and we'd obtain a brand new customer. And a lot of those customers are still with us. The vast majority are still with us. They're still in business. They're still kicking butt and doing amazing work every single day. And the reason for that is because there is no replacement for experience, and that's what we bring to the table every single day. So guys, make sure you work with the right type of dispatchers. If you're interested in our service, give us a call. I'll provide all the information in the description box below. And once again, don't miss any of these videos. Hit the subscription box, hit the notification button, and definitely, if you haven't done so, please hit the like buttons. That really helps us. And I'll catch you guys in just a moment. We'll cover the loads. All right, guys, let's take a look at some of these loads. I will say these are all dry van loads. This has been a killer week to be pulling a dry van. Now reefers did just as well, but I really wanted to highlight the dry vans because everyone's always hating on dry vans, but you'll see that even a dry van can make a ton of money if you got the right dispatchers. Now there's a lot of loads. I'll go through these very quickly. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop me a comment in the comment section of this video and we'll go from there. So we start off with Spokane Valley, Washington, going to Omaha, Nebraska. This was a one pick, one drop, 42,000 pound load of pasta. It was 1367 on the miles, booked at $3,000, which got them $219 a mile. Then they took a load out of Olathe, Kansas, going to Salt Lake City. There's 1,087 miles, super light load, 9,000 pounds of decorations. They booked this at $28.70, which got them $264 a mile. Then they deadheaded out a little bit to Tooele, Utah. Not much deadhead there. Took a load to Missoula, Montana. This was a one pick, one drop, super light, 3,000 pounds of plastic tanks, 554 miles, booked at $1,550, which got him $280 a mile. Now this carrier drove 3,008 miles loaded, $7,420 booked for the week. $7,400 booked for the week in a dry van. He ended up averaging $246 a mile. And we move on to our next driver coming out of Lockburn, Ohio, going to Middleton, Delaware. 40,000 pound load of pet food going to Amazon, 495 miles, booked at $1,750, which got him $354 a mile. Then they took a load out of have a hard time with this one. Hard to Grace, Maryland, going to Williamston, New York. It was a light load, 12,000 pounds of camping materials, 330 miles, booked at $1,200 at $364 a mile. Then right out of Williamston, New York and Victor, New York, it was a two pick, two drop going to Van Wert, Ohio and Laddie, Ohio. It was zero deadhead there, 42,000 pounds of honey, 495 miles, booked at $1,300, $263 a mile. Then they took a load out of Bluffton, Indiana, going to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, 26,000 pound load of pretzels, 506 miles at $2,100. $4.15 per mile. Then right out of Mechanicsburg, actually out of the same facility, in fact, out of the same door where they got unloaded, they got loaded. They took a load going to Rockaway, New Jersey, and this load was 156 miles. They simply booked it for some extra money because he was running short on his hours. They wanted to take advantage, make some extra money for the day, and they were able to do that at $849 for 156 miles, $544 a mile. Then they took a load out of Anion, Pennsylvania, going to Lima, Ohio, 513 miles, booked at $1,000, which got him $195 a mile. It was 25,000 pounds of machinery parts. Going back to Midwest, had a great week. We'll never believe it. He booked $8,199 for the week. We're talking $8,200 in a dry van for the week. Ran these loads Friday to Friday in a dry van. Ended up averaging $328 per mile. Ended up getting 2,495 miles. So we're talking $8,200 for 2,500 miles at $328 a mile. Fantastic week. Then we got loads coming out of Bruton, Alabama, going to Laredo, Texas. Freight of all kinds, 37,000 pounds, 868 miles, booked at $1,350, which got them $1.55. Then a load coming right out of Laredo, going to Fort Smith, Arkansas. It was empty metal containers, 42,000 pounds, 707 miles, booked at $2,500, which got them $354 a mile. Then they took a load right out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, zero deadhead there, going to Melrose Park, Illinois, 706 miles, 43,000 pounds of glass bottles, booked at $1,600, $227 a mile. Then took a load out of DeKalb, Illinois, going to San Antonio, Texas. This was, and these are van team, 5,000 pounds of face masks and coverings, 1,195 miles, booked at $3,000, which is $251 a mile. Then they took the same load as before that they took on Monday and Tuesday. Laredo, Texas, going to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which was that empty metal containers, 42,000 pounds mentioned earlier. Again, 707 miles, same dollar amounts, $2,500, $354 on the miles. And they killed it because they ran for 5 days, from Sunday to Friday. You'll never guess. They grossed $10,950 for the week, running only 5 days. For those that are mathematically challenged, like this guy over here, guys, that's over $2,000 a day that they ran. Over $2,000 a day. They ended up running 4,183 miles, averaged $261 per mile, and grossed almost $11,000 for that time. Then we got loads coming out of Idaho Falls, going to Hesperia, California. This was those big giant alpha bales. It was 42,000 pounds. The driver ended up doing his 34-hour reset over the weekend there. It was 826 miles, booked at $1,200 at $1.45. But then when they got to California, they took a load out of San Bernardino, California, going to Carroll Stream, Illinois, which was 1,994 miles. This was a light load of appliances at 18,000 pounds, booked at $5,800, which got them $291 per mile. So they booked a short load at a lower amount, went to a good market, booked a long load for a higher dollar amount and higher miles rate per mile, and ended up grossing, so that's $5,800 for the week. He ran Friday to Friday, ended up running $7,000, $1,000 a day, averaged $248 a mile, and ran 2,820 miles, and managed to get a reset done over the weekend. Then we got Chesapeake, Virginia, going out to Kansas City, Missouri, booked at $2,200 for 1,171 miles. Load of dry goods at $1.88 per mile. Then right out of Kansas City, Missouri, Zero Deadhead took a load to Asenet, Massachusetts at 1,413 miles, booked at $4,000. That was household goods at $283 a mile. Finally, they took a load out of East Hartford, Connecticut, going to Horseheads, New York, which was a short run at 298 miles, load of beer, booked at $875, which got him $294 a mile. And this driver ended up running Friday to Friday, grossed $7,075, which got him 2,882 miles and $245 a mile. So if you want to make this kind of money, whether you got a dry van or reefer, whatever you got, bring it over. Our guys know what they're doing. Kind of highlights the first part of this video. You got to work with the right dispatchers. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them will promise the moon, but only a few of us have the experience and the patience, tenacity, the knowledge, and everything else that I've covered in the first part of this video. You can get all the information about our services in the description box below. Drop us a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification box. You don't want to miss these videos. They come out every single Friday. And share this video on YouTube, on Facebook, to get this amongst your friends so they can benefit from our advice, our knowledge, and the kind of loads that we've been booking for our customers. Until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.